Peace, abundance, and prosperity. Peace, abundance, and prosperity. It's been a minute, family. If you're new, welcome to Earth Goddess TV. If you're already a part of the Earth Goddess gang, you know what it is. I haven't been on here a while, actually, since we've actually come into the quote-unquote new year, even though we all know the true new year starts in March. So, I knew it was due time for me to get on here and finish my segment with the zodiac on what I like about all 12 signs. But, as you all know, I do take my breaks in between. So, what I wanted to get into, just a little bit, not to take too much of the time off this video while I go ahead and shuffle my cards and pull an intuitive message for today. It's basically what 2020 has taught me and how I look forward, or how can I use those same tools going into 2021. So personally for me, 2020, aside from everything that went on, publicly, with a lot of everything that was going on, personally for me, it was a lot of transformation and rebirth in a lot of the areas in life where in certain areas in my life. And I'm going to say definitely just like with my career, financially, and just where I want to go moving forward. And also personally on like a emotional and soul level as well. So 2020 for me was like a representation of getting through the rest of my dark night of the soul, or what you would call it, the dark night of the soul. And I was in that actually, when I think about it, for a few years. So I can honestly say that I'm slowly coming out of that, and I'm glad, because it taught me so much. I think just doing my whole walk here, just doing my whole spiritual journey. We've all been on a spiritual journey from the time we've left our mother's womb, but it isn't until we connect with ourselves, whatever time they may be in our lives, to where we connect with our true selves to understand why we are set here on this earth and what soul lessons we are meant to learn as well. So for me, a lot of things were an eye-opener. I can definitely say for my career, in March, I actually left the 9 to 5, and I took the leap to start my candle business. As you all know, that's one of my businesses. My second leap of faith was basically diving deep and saying, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just jump into astrology, because I do have a love for astrology, and I am continuing my education in astrology, but I do have a love for it. So with that, those two things were major for me, because I'm transitioning to basically a whole nother way of making money. So that was very important to me, and I'm glad I kind of went through that, because now I understand myself better. And honestly, I know that I just can't do 9 to 5s. I can't. It's just not a part of who I am. And I'm happier when I'm able to be in a space to create. So that was one learning lesson for me. Also, another learning lesson, just on a interpersonal, emotional level, I would say that I was realizing certain emotions as far as how my thinking was, as far as a lot of my thinking being geared towards being in the past. So, just being able to have new tools to work with my mind when I get into those moments where my ego is trying to take over and basically keeping me from being in the present, because now I'm all about being creative and being in the present. That's basically like my motto for this whole year, and my energy for this whole, be creative, be present. And, the more I work with the tools that I have, as far as I'm working with my mind, it only makes it better for me. And I think around the 7th, I want to say, of December. Yeah, it was early December, because everyone was talking about the conjunction with Jupiter and Saturn, and how people were going to get superpowers and things of that nature. But, for me, it was more of a realization of what part I play in this lifetime. Everyone who I've ever had contact in this lifetime, what position they played, and what I was supposed to learn from each transaction with these people. And basically a card came out. Okay, so we'll take this one. So just having those realizations and taking a leap, on both things as far as in taking astrology seriously, as well as my candle business and taking a leap and starting that business, it was very eye-opening for me, and it made me realize my talents and skills that I had not yet probably would have never realized if I still stayed on the 9 to 5. So I didn't want to make that too lengthy. I did just kind of want to get on here and say, what 2020 represented to me and where I'll be going forward. So the card that popped out, family, it says, what am I focused on the most? One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate on our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. Today's soul action: what you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, or do I need to make adjustments? Prioritize. This is self-explanatory. This is kind of goes into what I was saying about what I was experiencing with just betting on myself, focusing on only on what I want the most. Am I focused on what I want the most? And actually having the courage to actually bet on myself and fully dive deep into that. And it's crazy that this comes out, because this is basically what I said in a nutshell. So yes, if you are not currently here, find ways to get here. Focus, find ways to eliminate all distractions and really dive deep and sit with yourself and look into, all areas in your life. What do you want to change? What do you want it to look like? And start putting plans into action. That's the only thing you can do, because I can say that is something that I did. So I'm not going to babble too much, because this is basically the zodiac series. So what I'm going to jump into, family, is basically the fire sign Leo, and basically this video will be about what I like about Leo. So as we all know, Leo is a fire sign. It's also a fixed fire sign. So when I think of like the fire energies of Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius, I think like Leo is like, to me, reminds me of like the pretty boy of the fire group. So with Leos, I can say Leos are they're lit too. I know I said that about Libras, but Leos are lit too. I actually have an aunt that's Leo. I've had a few Leo friends, and I can say that they love being the center of attention, because they have very magnetic, energetic personalities. So a lot of the time, Leos will take all the attention in the room, So that's just Leo all day, every day. It's very rare that you will find a Leo that's boring, or, that's not really energetic or magnetic, because that's really not a part of Leo. And what I've known mostly across the board for most Leos, they are funny as hell. Like, I think I'm funny, but Leos, they are funny. They have like a sense of humor that I can really mess with, because I'm trying not to curse. So, even though sometimes the sense of humor, and that's what I mean by sense of humor, could be kind of vulgar, I can deal with it, because my sense of humor, like, I laugh at the weirdest stuff too, so they kind of get me. I don't feel bad when I laugh at certain things. With the Leo, like, if me and Leos were to go out, like, we'll have fun. We'll eat. We'll make sure we both look good, because we want to both be on display. We'll go out, probably flirt, just we'll have a good time. And that's usually what happens when I'm around Leos. We have that energy. So usually, I know when it comes to like talent, Leos have good hand and eye coordination. I know they're crafty with their hands. I had a Leo make me, oh my God, I wonder if I can get it. He made me like a sculpture. I can't even describe it. Basically, it had my initials on the NP, and like he had like carved my initials in like wood, and it was orange. He had put some stones on them. Then it was like a big glass thing that you can open, and it had like a flower and a poem in it. Like, it was everything, and I still have that gift now to the day. Like, I'm the person that cherishes gifts, especially when it's like handcrafted, because he really handcrafted this gift. Like, I'll hold on to it forever. But yeah, Leos are like very good with their hands, especially when it comes to like creating things, making things, aesthetics. I know a Leo, she's very good. She knows how to draw, so she's very good when it comes to like makeup and hair and like just things within the beauty and art. She's very, very good at. She has a natural eye for these type of things. So most Leos that I've run into, they're very talented when it comes to that. In their communication, Leo, they're blunt. I don't know any way to put it. Leos are blunt because they have those personalities to where they like to be a center of attention. So they're not going to be the type to hold back the words, when they're saying certain things. It's just either you take it or you leave it. And it just kind of, it is what it is. But they can be sweethearts too. They can. If it depends on, I guess, your relationship with a Leo. Like, if you're close to them, they can be sweethearts. They can be super generous. I've always been on the receiving end of Leos, so I know this personally to be a fact. They can be very generous. I almost got anything I want from Leos. So yeah, and they're very adventurous. They're very generous. Like I said, they're creative. Um, Basically, they will spoil you. They're very passionate. Some people mistake their passion for, arrogance and stuff like that. But no, they're just passionate about things that they feel, think, and like. But that's just how Leos are. But in my opinion, Leos are definitely lit. I haven't had a bad experience with a Leo. I guess because we do have certain things in common. And even, I can take, like the roughness of a Leo because I actually kind of like identify with it in a sense. So I kind of understand it so it doesn't rub me the wrong way. So that was basically it for what I like about the sign of Leo, family. Make sure you stick by for the rest of the 12 zodiacs. And make sure if you have any interest in any hand-based candles for upcoming Valentine's Day, make sure you hit your girl up at Earth Goddess Candles, Earth Goddess _ candles on Instagram. And I will see you on the next video.